The pandemic not only forced us home last year, it also forced us to come up with alternatives to the higher food prices and smaller budgets. Over in Memphis, Indiana, Deb Harder turned to her garden.
You name it, we pretty much grow it here.
When she can't find the essentials in the grocery store.
We can just shop the pantry.
And better yet,
it's not full of preservatives. It goes straight from the garden to my house into the jars. There's no middleman involved.
And then there's the taste.
There's no comparison.
Deb Harder cans, freezes, or dehydrates just about everything she picks.
It'll last for years. I've got tomatoes that we're still eating that I canned in 2017.
Growing up on a farm, gardening wasn't a huge stretch for Harder, but it's helped stretch her bottom dollar quite a bit during the last year. Take these tomatoes you can get for about $3 at your local grocery store. That'll last you about a week or two. Or you could plant one and feed your family for the entire year at the same price. Small-scale greenhouses have also become a new hotspot.
So I've got habanero and scotch bonnet and jalapeno.
Allowing people to plant earlier than usual. Last year in Louisville, 30% of gardeners said they saved a total of $500 or more on groceries during the growing season. So what do you do if you don't have the space for your own garden? Turns out Louisville has plenty of community gardens around town, more than 30 of them.
7th Street Community Garden is the largest community garden in Louisville Metro. We're standing on 15 acres of property that is owned by MSD, and this garden has 260 garden plots. So that is over 300 families who are accessing this location to grow food.
Another 80 families are on the wait list.
You can feed your family for most of the year on 2 30 by 30 garden plots. Some of the things that you're used to eating, you can't find in a grocery store. So community gardens like this give our international community a great space to grow food that is important to them and their diets and their cultures.
The 10 gardens managed by the Jefferson County Co-op Extension saw a 25% increase in enrollment last year. Unfortunately, they also saw a spike in theft. People desperate to survive in neighborhoods lacking proper nutrition.
The most heartbreaking thing about it is everyone here would say what we're sad about is if folks had asked, we would have given it to them.
Last year, 20% of gardeners reported having one or more people become dependent on them for food. Ted King, who's the king of cabbage in this garden, is known for what he gives away.
Most of the time I just grew up, just give it away, church members and like somebody ride by here, can I have this? I just give it to them, it's just a form of, giving back.
And if there was ever a question of what to do, he's in good company. Just a mile up the road is Vaughn Barnes, the owner of Kentuckiana Backyard Farms.
It's more about knowing where my food's coming from.
In the heart of the Taylor Berry neighborhood are the sounds of goats and chickens.
Nutritionally, I know what I'm feeding my animals, so I know what I get from them.
He gets his milk straight from the goats, and the eggs.
Before the pandemic, I was the crazy guy with chickens. It was just like, dude, you from the city, you ain't supposed to have chickens. And then after, things happened, Kroger was shutting down and you couldn't get stuff from Walmart. I became everybody's new best friend.
Barnes says if enough people became backyard farmers,
all of us would be doing our own thing, but we could trade amongst each other.
Building communities with deep roots throughout Louisville and southern Indiana.
It's easy, it's fun, it's also a great stress reliever. I know we're all a little tense after a year plus of COVID, so it's a great way to get outside and, help your mind, help your body, and then eat some great food at the end.
Brooke Hash, WHAS 11 News.